30 days ago, I made a decision that sounded either genius or incredibly stupid. I told myself I would replace my entire freelance business with AI. Not part of it, not the boring admin work. Everything. Client communication, writing, research, proposals, marketing, content, invoices. Basically every task that was responsible for paying my rent. And by day 23, I was staring at my laptop wondering if I had just accidentally destroyed the business I'd spent 5 years building because one email showed up that nearly ended the experiment. And honestly, I deserved it. But to understand why, we need to go back to the beginning.
I'm a freelance content marketer, or at least I was. For years, my life looked exactly like every freelancer's Instagram story. Coffee, laptop, freedom, working from anywhere. The reality was slightly different. My office was a tiny apartment. My commute was 10 feet. My coworkers were anxiety and caffeine. Every month felt like a boss battle against rent. Some months I'd make $8,000. Some months I'd make $800. One client leaving could turn my financial plan into modern art. I was burned out. Every productivity guru on YouTube was telling me to wake up at 5 a.m. Every Twitter freelancer was claiming they made 6 figures working 3 hours a week. Meanwhile, I was eating microwave burritos at midnight while editing blog posts about accounting software. Then, AI exploded. Suddenly, everyone online became an expert. People were claiming entire businesses were being run by software. So I had a dangerous thought. What if I let AI run mine? This was unexpected. The biggest problem wasn't quality, it was personality. Clients hire freelancers because of trust, and trust comes from being human. The AI-generated content was polished, clean, professional, and somehow completely forgettable, like hotel artwork. Nobody hated it. Nobody remembered it either. That realization scared me, because if software could create average work instantly, what exactly was my value? I wish that was the worst part. Day 16, everything changed. One of my biggest clients scheduled an emergency call. Those words are Freelancer horror movie music. I joined the Zoom. The client looked serious. My heart rate instantly doubled. Then he said, "Your recent work feels different." Not bad, different. Then he showed examples. And honestly, he was right. The content lacked stories. It lacked weird observations. It lacked humor. It lacked me. For 10 painful minutes, I listened as my experiment got exposed. I expected him to fire me. Instead, he said something I'll never forget. "We don't pay you for words. We pay you for perspective." That sentence completely changed how I viewed AI.
But my stubbornness wasn't finished. I kept pushing the experiment. I automated more tasks, built workflows, connected tools, created dashboards that looked like NASA mission control. I felt productive. Keyword, felt. Because productivity and progress aren't the same thing. Meanwhile, something weird happened. I stopped thinking deeply. Why brainstorm when AI could brainstorm? Why draft when AI could draft? Why struggle through problems? The software always had an answer. Except the answers slowly became repetitive, and my creativity started getting lazy. That was terrifying, because creativity was literally how I paid bills. Then day 23 happened. Remember that email? Here it is. A prospect I'd spent weeks trying to land replied. They rejected the proposal. Not unusual, but they included feedback. They said the proposal felt generic, like it had been generated. I sat there staring at the screen, because it had. And suddenly the experiment wasn't about efficiency anymore. It was about replacement. Could AI replace my business? Maybe. Could it replace why clients hired me? Apparently not. So I changed the rules. AI stopped being the worker. AI became the assistant. Huge difference. Instead of asking it to do everything, I asked it to help me do things better. Research? Great. Brainstorming? Amazing. Outlines? Fantastic. Final creative decisions? Mine. Stories? Mine.
Humor? Mine. Perspective? Mine. Suddenly, the quality skyrocketed, the speed remained high, and clients became happier. It felt like having a ridiculously smart intern instead of an identity thief. High-tension climax. The final week became a test. Would revenue increase or decrease? Would clients stay? Would the experiment actually pay off? By day 30, I checked the numbers. More proposals sent, more leads generated, more projects completed, less burnout, higher client satisfaction, and most importantly, no loss of personality. The business survived. Actually, it improved, but not for the reason I expected.
The biggest lesson wasn't that AI would replace freelancers. The biggest lesson was that average freelancers should be worried. Exceptional freelancers should be excited. Because clients don't buy typing, they buy judgment, they buy trust, they buy experience, they buy perspective. AI can generate content. It can't generate your life. It can't generate your failures. It can't generate your embarrassing client stories. It can't generate your unique way of seeing the world. That's still your job, at least for now. 30 days later, my business looked completely different. The software handled repetitive work. I handled the human work. And honestly, that's probably how it should be. The funny part is, I started this experiment trying to replace myself. Instead, I accidentally discovered what made me valuable, which is a much better outcome than becoming unemployed by my own laptop. And every time someone asks if AI will replace freelancers, I think back to that client call. We don't pay you for words. We pay you for perspective. Because the day software learns how to be fully human, we're all probably going to have much bigger problems than late invoices.